Hey, what's up guys? Slow-Mo is back again, backslapping you with another video. Today we're going to discuss a game I've been talking about for at least the past year, and that game is Genshin Impact. Genshin Impact is an action RPG being developed and published by MiHoYo, a Chinese developer who's partnered with the China Hero Project. Now, Genshin Impact is actually a free game on PlayStation 4, PC, and iOS mobile. Now, before I go any further, I know some of you have mentally checked out. MiHoYo is a Chinese developer who's made mobile games, and yes, MiHoYo's previous games, Genshin Impact and Fly Me to the Moon, were both also on mobile, but bear with me, this game isn't your typical free-to-play mobile game that lulls you into enjoying the gameplay loop and then hits you with an abrupt halt to enjoyment by forcing you to spend money just to continue. This isn't that kind of game. I'll explain this all later in the video. So what is Genshin Impact about? This game is about a brother and sister who are attacked by a powerful entity and separated. You are left to choose which twin you'd like to play as, and upon doing so, you are defeated by said powerful entity and left in a strange world. You've wandered for years looking for your sibling until you run into a tiny fairy-like looking creature called Paimon, and this is where the story picks up 2 months after their meeting. Now, I won't go any further into the story to avoid spoilers, but as far as the story goes, I think it's pretty good. I think it's decent. It's not a bad story. The voice acting is actually pretty good as well. I found the characters I've met to be very compelling, and they all have interesting backstories that you will come to learn over time. After completing the main story arc, you'll need to achieve a set adventure rank to be able to go on to the next story arc. This is accomplished by completing quests, killing enemies, taking on additional tasks or challenges that are out in the world. The more you do in the world, the easier it becomes. This is a game that rewards you for exploring the open world and experiencing the stuff that is around it. Now, if you're the kind of person that likes to speed through a game, just do the main stuff, ignore the side quests, and finish as quickly as possible, you probably aren't going to be too enthused with this. But typically with the games that do this, if you really enjoy playing the game, if you really enjoy the gameplay loop, you aren't going to feel like you're being forced to complete content that you don't care about. The combat is fairly basic but enjoyable. You can switch to a character on the fly just by pressing the directional pad. Literally, the change is instantaneous and it needs to be. As you take on stronger enemies in the world, you'll find that you'll have a quicker way of defeating them by switching to the correct character and their particular elemental power that those enemies have a weakness for. You'll also need to use the correct character to access loot chests throughout the world too. Now maybe it's just me, but its simplicity is really refreshing considering some of the other games I enjoy are looters, where you're constantly testing out new builds and seeing what talent, skill, or attribute works best. There's some of that here, just not to the same degree. You will level up your characters, as well as enhancing your weapons, enhancing the artifacts that you carry, and the improvements of their combat abilities through their individual constellations. There's way less detailed in this game than it is in other games. Initially, max level for your character is level 20 until you ascend them. You also need to be a minimum adventure rank of 15 before you can do that. So if you aren't really into having to play an RPG with a massive level of granularity, or feel like if you put it down for a while and come back to it, then you may be lost, then don't worry, because this game isn't like that. Now, I've been playing Genshin Impact on PlayStation 4 and PC. I figured why not when I'm enjoying it so much and it's free. Of course, the performance is much better on my high-end PC than on my PlayStation 4, but the PlayStation 4 handles it well. It looks great on both platforms. Visually, it's beautiful with very bright colors and a vast, pretty open world. My only issue is on PC, the action button is reversed, like I'm playing a game on the Nintendo Switch or the Japanese version of some of these games. Yet on PlayStation 4, it's the usual X button, that's the action button. So that takes some getting used to. It's a bit annoying initially, but I adjusted pretty quickly. But overall, I'm really enjoying Genshin Impact, and it's one of the top games I've played this year. There's a ton of content here to dig into without spending a single dollar, and I recommend everyone, regardless if you're into RPGs or not, give the game a shot. What could it hurt? It's a free, quality game, and you might actually like it. But let me know if you played Genshin Impact yet and how you are liking it. Let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you liked the video, the dislike button if you didn't, it's all good, and hit the subscribe button if you want to see more content on Genshin Impact from me in the future. Peace.